In one of my previous videos, I said Samsung fixed my biggest problems with foldables in the way they designed the Z Fold 8. You know, that compact design, easy to handle, easy to use, just kind of like took away that fear factor that comes with using foldable phones anywhere, anytime, and everywhere. But you see, why they fixed the biggest problem I have with foldables, they actually created at least 3 more problems that I want to talk about in this video. But before I get into it, if you are a subscriber to the channel, thank you so much. But if you are new here and obviously watching me for the first time, then my name is Benjamin. I run Villain Tech Studios, where I review tech, not just based off the spec sheets provided by the manufacturers, but actually use them, after which I tell you stories based off my experience with these gadgets. So if you want those type of experience based down to earth reviews, then please consider subscribing to the channel. Thank you so much. Now, the very first thing I didn't like with the Z Fold 8 has to be the speakers. Now, do they sound good? Yes. But do they sound as good as I would want a $1,800 phone to sound? Not really. They don't sound as good as my iPhone 17 Pro. Neither do they sound as good as my Z Fold 7. So yeah, they are stereo speakers. The audio quality is great, but I definitely expected better when it comes to the audio quality. Also, because of the positioning of the speakers, when you open the Z Fold 7, say you are watching YouTube videos or a podcast or anything, the audio tends to be coming from only one side of the phone, because that is where the 2 speakers are. So that kind of like takes away from the stereo experience you're supposed to get, you know, that immersive experience that comes from hearing the audio from the 2 sides of the phone instead of just one side of it. I quickly noticed it in my very first time that I actually used it to watch YouTube videos, and yeah, you may also notice it too. And like I said, most people are not talking about it, so you want to keep that in mind. The second is flex mode. Now, you may not see it as a big deal because you don't use it, but I want you to cast your mind back to sometime 2 years ago when Samsung took away the Bluetooth functionality from their S Pen. Now, after they did that, that was when they actually discovered that a lot of people use that feature. And I think it is the same thing with this flex mode. I happen to be among the 1% of the 1% that actually uses it, because like I said, I use the Z Fold 7 and I listen to a lot of podcasts, mostly when I'm working on my desk right here. Now, because the Samsung phone does not have magnets, which I'll talk about later on, I cannot attach it to my magnetic charger on my desk. So what I do is that I just use flex mode to make it stand by itself. Now, I understand the reason why it was done that way. Obviously, the hinge has been redesigned to be more durable, stronger, and better. So when you are opening the Z Fold 8, it just snaps into position. You either can have it at 180 degrees fully opened or 0 degrees fully closed. It may not be a deal breaker for you, but once again, that is something I feel you should know. Now let's go to number 3, which I think everybody already knows, and that is the fact that the Z Fold 8 doesn't come with a telephoto camera. Now, there are 2 reasons why I feel it's a huge mistake. Firstly, because it is really expensive. $1,800 for a phone that doesn't have a dedicated telephoto lens. I mean, you get my point. Then secondly, I am somebody who uses the telephoto lens so much. Like I've said it consistently in most of my videos, that is the camera I use the most. Now you can say, well, you can use the main camera to just zoom in, but you know what that means. You're going to lose quality, you lose dynamic range, a lot of things that makes portrait pictures pop. You're going to lose it because you're trying to zoom in with the main lens, and that is obviously not a good experience to have. You know, I love the expressions people have in their faces when I show them their pictures taken by proper telephoto cameras than when it's just cropped in. People can actually tell the difference between these 2 types of pictures. So for me, it's a huge deal breaker. And if you are a picture person, somebody who likes taking good pictures of people or of themselves, then you want to have that at the back of your mind. So don't get me wrong, is the Z Fold 8 a good foldable phone from Samsung? I would say good is underselling it. It is the best. It gives you a brand new experience. It takes away the whole issues that I've always had with foldables when it comes to how uncomfortable they can be because of how long and you know how narrow they look. It is a new form factor that gives you a beautiful new experience that you definitely will love it. The more you experience it, the more you are going to love it. And then every other thing about the phone checks out. High performing processor, super solid vibrant displays, battery is top notch, charging is super fast, just name it. Everything else, Samsung got it spot on. But these few things are just things I feel you should know. And since everybody is just going agog with how good it is and how super nice it is, I just felt it was nice to mention these points to you guys. So that is it from me. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please consider subscribing, because as you can see, we'll just talk about tech in a very interesting way without being too techy or just giving you specs and things like that. I'll catch you in my next video. Cheers.